Dis die Coffee Snobs. Dankie julle met stethoscope 17 after 8 o'clock. All the fathers, listen up. We need to have an important conversation because the real concern is that research is showing us that children who grow up without the active, positive presence of one or more men in their lives, not even necessarily their biological fathers, puts them at a significant risk of being victims or perpetrators of violence, including GBV, which we've touched on a little bit earlier this morning, mental illness, substance abuse, teenage pregnancy, and poor educational and economic outcomes. In South Africa alone, 65% of children experience male absence. I'll say that again, 65% of children experience male absence. On the line this morning, I get to connect with Wesley van Graan. Pastor Wesley is a community mobilizer and a trainer with Heartlines. He's also the director of the Be Equipped Institute, and it's great to have him. I think the most important thing to say about him this morning is he's also a Stormers supporter. Wesley, good morning. Great having you with us.
Good morning, good morning. I thought you said the most important thing you're going to say is that I'm a father.
Oh, well, now you've hit the nail on the head there.
I think more importantly is that I'm an adult male who wants to be positively and active in the life of children.
Yeah.
That's what we try to do with Heartlines, yeah.
Yeah, let's start with Heartlines, Wesley, because I know them, and I know they ran some incredible campaigns over the years, and we even had them sharing information about that at our local church, which got us really excited. And then after watching them, realized Heartlines are the real deal when it comes to really touching us with good information and good education. So let's talk about Heartlines in the context of this Fathers Matter campaign. What is that Fathers Matter campaign?
So Heartlines is a center for values promotion. I mean, we just realized that one of the biggest challenges in the world, and especially in our country, is that people's values are all confused, you know, and so they pay attention to things, and we know that people can have bad values, but what we're trying to do is to say, hey, let's look at the good values that you can have that will change society. And we do that through primarily media campaigns where we try to get films made, and we try to engage people around films and media and provide resources that people, communities can use, churches can use, NGOs, sports clubs, just to help facilitate conversations around issues. And it's primarily the fathers matter is to say, hey, fathers matter. We live in a society that thinks fathers don't matter because men haven't stepped up in their responsibility and their role. And more than just fathers, because 65%, you know, as you said earlier, don't have their biological fathers in their home. It means that other men now have to step in and step up and be that example and role model for our children, both the boy child and the girl child.
Yeah. The Fathers Matter campaign that we were talking about now, what are the outcomes that you're hoping for through this campaign? What are the goals of that Fathers Matters campaign?
So we really want to see how men can become more actively and positively present in the lives of children. We would find men who are present physically, but not present emotionally or with their children. They don't understand what's going on in their kids' lives. They don't engage with them. They don't know how. I mean, how many of us have gone to fathering school?
Yeah, exactly.
And more we find men becoming fathers, but they either had a bad father experience of their own father, and so they've had an absent father, so they have no vantage point of which to say, okay, how do I father my children? Or they've had a negative influence within their lives. So what we want to do is to try and look at what is the positive ways in which you can be active and present in the life of your child, or in the life of a child who doesn't have a father present. So this is not just aimed at fathers, it's aimed at men, adult men, to become, some of them, social fathers in the lives of children.
What are some of those key issues that are addressed in this Fathers Matters campaign?
Yeah, so we try to address some of the hindrances and barriers first, so that they're aware of, hey, this is the things why I can't get it right, or why I don't understand how to do this. And then after that, we try and help with the knowledge that they need and say, okay, this is how you could do it. but also having men talk about it. You know,
Mm.
men can complain, you know, my son, oh, I don't know what to, oh, these boys, none of them say, okay, what can we do about it? Women are very good at that. They can come up with solutions and they talk all the time. Men don't know, you know, how to talk about issues. And so we try to facilitate that. So about the knowledge and the skills gap, where do they learn about fatherhood? How can they get better resources? Provision, thinking that people think that money is the only way that a man can provide for their child. What about other ways of provision? Security, love, showing a sense of I support you as a child. And then also the cultural and societal barriers that there are, the cultural practices that relates to children in our country, you know, and marriage, especially the issues around damages within our ethnic black cultures. If a girl is pregnant, and you know who has access to the father, does he have access to the child?
Mm.
But also socially, where children are not valued, they're not seen as important. How do we increase that understanding of the role and the value of children, because they will become adults into the future? And then lastly is it's about resources. It's about trying to resource people and put in their hands free resources that can actually help them. So our website is full of resources that you can download. We have WhatsApp Father's Coach, which we can talk
Wow.
about at another time,
Yeah, that sounds
where men
amazing.
sign up and they can ask questions around those things.
So this Fathers Matter program, how is that implemented?
So we have Fathers Matter workshops, which I'm going to talk about just after this. But let me first say we've got
Mm.
films. So we've developed 7 films, 30-minute films, good quality. You may have seen some of the films we've done in the past, which has been on SABC. So that's the standard of films that we make. So 6 films dealing with various issues on fathering. That comes with a booklet of questions after you've watched the film. You can then have a discussion time. You can do that watching it on your laptop. You can gather a group of friends by your television. You can access it via YouTube and or download it off our website. And then you can gather a group of guys and just start to watch these films and start to discuss it. Then we also have Fathers Matter Connect groups. So out of that, there's also resources for churches, for example, where you can gather men over 6 to 8 weeks in small groups of 5 to 7 men, and they go through material, and there's video clips, and all of that can be downloaded from our
Mm.
website, again free of charge. And then we do the Fathers Matter workshop, and the Fathers Matter workshop actually is the entry level.
Okay.
It's again opening up guys and say, here's the workshop. Guys, after the workshop, you can do the films, you can do the Fathers Matter Connect groups. You can continue this conversation for the whole year in your church and start new groups, or you can do it in your football club, or your other gathering where men are gathering together. So the Fathers Matter workshop, it's about a 2.5 hour workshop. It's interactive. We're getting to ask the questions, and then we start to get discussions and then give input into saying, right, so how do we tell our kids about what good values are?
Mm.
How do we engage with children in a positive way? And using storytelling to be part of that process. So that's what's happening on Saturday in Paarl.
Yeah, I think that's very exciting. I mean, if you've been listening now, moms, if you're listening and the dads aren't able to tune in for whatever reason, please hold on to this information and make sure to share it, because this Saturday in Paarl, and Pastor Wesley's going to give us all those details, but registration needs to happen, please, by the end of today. So make sure you don't miss out on getting there. So what exactly can people expect? I know you touched on 2.5 hours and that it's interactive. Can you give us some more details there, Wesley?
Yeah, so we start off by first getting to ask questions about, hey, what was your fathering experience like?
Mm.
And then we're going to if now forget about all of that. If you'd had a good father, what are some of the qualities that you would have expected in that father? And then we say, okay, right now, that's the same qualities that you want to have as a father.
Yeah.
We talk a bit about social fathers. So we try to encourage men who may have children of their sisters or family members who don't have fathers present, of how they can also play a role in being a role model in the life of the child. And then we look at some 8 key ingredients that is crucial in helping men to be positive, present, and active in the life of the child. So it's happening at the Charis Worship Center. That's in Lupine Street, Lantana in Paarl. And then also, if you want to register, these are important numbers to have. The host pastor is Pastor Denston Hendricks, and his number is 083-2583-119. I'll say the number again,
Please.
083-258-3119. Or you can contact me, Wesley, at 079-887-0938. Again, 079-887-0938. And we'd love to register you.
Yeah, from what I can see, there's a limited number, so one has to get onto those numbers quickly, Wesley, to make sure you get in and aren't disappointed. A lot of questions.
Yeah, because we want to have a bit of a light breakfast, so we want to make
nice.
sure that there's enough food, okay?
Yeah, so make sure you register so they know what to expect. Is there a cost involved, Wesley?
No, it's free of charge. I mean, all the things that we do at Heartlines is free of charge. We have funders who generously help us to do the work that we do so that we can actually reach our underserved and under-resourced communities especially, and trying to help just to raise the fathering level in our communities.
Yeah, so make sure to get registered and get there. And if there's somebody in your life that you'd love to take along, if someone in your community, in your family that you know can benefit as a man, to get there and be part of this Fathers Matters workshop. Give you that number again of Pastor Wesley. He's the one I'm speaking to right now to make sure you register, 079-887-0938. And if you missed those numbers, you're welcome to contact us as you often do, and we'll make sure to share those numbers with you here at Radio Cape Pulpit. Wesley, thank you for the incredible work that you do. Just before we go, you've spoken about resources and those videos and movies which we know are so important and necessary to watch. That's why they're created. Where can we find your website to Heartlines and to be able to see those resources?
Yeah, so if you just go on and Google Heartlines, .org.za, www.heartlines.org.za, and you'll find that actually if you're dealing with Fathers Matters, you can just put in Fathers Matters and it will take you to that website immediately.
Okay, great. And then there's also, you can go and find them on YouTube, and then you can also stream those videos, share them, do them, have some guys come together and watch these things. So powerful. That's what it's created for. The resources are there. We can no longer say, oh, we didn't know how. All the help is there, and the Fathers Matters workshop this Saturday is there for you as well. But make sure you register by the end of today. That number again, 079-887-0938. A massive thanks to you for your time. That's Pastor Wesley van Graan, community mobilizer and trainer with Heartlines. Have a great day and all the best for the event on Saturday.
Thank you so much for your time, and to all the listeners, hope to see you there on Saturday.